Hey, we're gonna do another reading and another one later. Peace and blessings, everybody. We're gonna continue this reading. Um, I think we'll just read it in English right now because it's just a little bit easier. It's a little bit more energy producing to go through them all in Arabic. Um, yeah, so maybe sometime I'll read something in Hebrew too. We'll see. Maybe I'll read uh, what I did for my bar mitzvah in Hebrew. But um, yeah, let's continue. The man from Egypt who bought him said to his wife, "Take good care of him. Perhaps he may be useful to us, or we may adopt him as a son. This is how we established Joseph in the land, so that we might teach him the interpretation of dreams. Allah will Allah's will always prevails, but most people do not know. And when he reached maturity, we gave him wisdom and knowledge. This is how we reward the good doers." And the lady in whose house he lived tried to seduce him. She locked the doors firmly and said, Come to me." He replied, "Allah is my refuge. It is not right to betray my master, who has taken good care of me. Indeed, the wrongdoers never succeed." She advanced towards him, and he would have done likewise, had he not seen a sign from his Lord. This is how we kept evil and indecency away from him, for he was truly one of our chosen servants. They raced for the door, and she tore his shirt from the back. Only to find her husband at the door, she cried, "What is the penalty for someone who tried to violate your wife? Except imprisonment or painful punishment." So they're using the word su'an for evil. Okay. Um, Joseph responded, "It was she who tried to seduce me." And a witness from her own family testified, "If his shirt is torn from the front, then she has told the truth, and he is a liar. But if it is torn from the back, then she has lied, and he is truthful." So this is an Arabic word you can learn. It's called qamis. Qamis is a shirt. So that's a word we see a lot here. See, here's qamis. Qamis, his shirt. Qamisuhu. So when her husband saw that Joseph's shirt was torn from the back, he said to her, "This must be an example of the cunning of you, woman. Indeed, your cunning is so shrewd. O Joseph, forget about this. And you, O wife, seek forgiveness for your sin. It certainly has been your fault." Some woman of the city gossiped. "The chief minister's wife is trying to seduce her slave boy. Love for him has plagued her heart. Indeed, we see that she is clearly mistaken." When she heard about their gossip, she invited them and set a banquet for them. This is what Blake was talking about last time. Oh, hi! Blake was talking about this last time. This is not what we see in the Bible, but what we see in the Quran. She invited them and set a banquet for them. She gave each one a knife, then said to Joseph, "Come out before them." When they saw him, they were so stunned by his beauty, they cut their hands and exclaimed, "Good God, this cannot be human. This must be a noble angel." She said, "This is the one for whose love you criticized me. I did try to seduce him, but he firmly refused. And if he does not what I order him to, he will certainly be imprisoned and fully disgraced." Joseph prayed, "My Lord, I would rather be in jail than do what they invite me to. And if you do not turn their cunning away from me, I might yield to them and fall into ignorance. So, in this telling of the narrative, all the women want him. Um, most modern day men would die for an opportunity like this to have a bunch of women going for them. But you can tell that Joseph is not a normal man. This is a very pious, noble man that is vastly beyond many men who, if they were in the same temptation, would have behaved probably differently. Uh, my So his Lord responded to him, turning their cunning away from him. Surely he is all hearing, all knowing. And so it occurred to those in charge, despite seeing all the proofs of his innocence, that he should be imprisoned for a while. And the two servants went to jail with Joseph. One of them said, I dreamt I was pressing wine. The other said, I dreamt I was carrying some bread on my head, from which birds were eating. They both said, tell us your interpretation, for we surely see you as one of the good doers. So this is really interesting. We heard that this is exactly the same narrative as before. Joseph replied, I can even tell you what kind of meal you will be served before you receive it. This knowledge is from what my Lord has taught me. I have shunned the faith of people who disbelieve in Allah and deny the hereafter. That's a little bit different. We don't see that particular line. So one thing when we look at the Hebrew scriptures, there's not really a focus on afterlife. You see that a lot later on in the text, and it makes a lot of sense because people were really focused on this life more than an afterlife. Uh, Academically speaking, this was just not a concern. You have like a mention of Sheol and Gehenna, but it's very similar to like the Greek Hades. It's not very in depth when it comes to that. I follow the faith of my fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It is not right for us to associate anything with Allah in worship. This is a part of Allah's grace upon us and humanity, but most people are not grateful. It's interesting because Ishmael's not mentioned here too, so this is pretty similar to the biblical account. See, Ibrahim wa Ishaq wa Yaqub. So that's Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, or Israel. Upon us and humanity, but most people are not grateful. Oh, fellow prisoners, which is far better? Many different lords or Allah, the one and supreme? Whatever idols you worship instead of him are mere names, which you and your forefathers have made up, a practice Allah has never authorized. It is only Allah who decides. He has commanded that you worship none but him. That is the upright faith, but most people do not know. Oh, my fellow prisoners, the first one of you will serve wine to his master, and the other will be crucified, and the birds will eat from his head. The matter about which you inquired has been decided. Then he said to the one he knew would survive, mention me in the presence of your master. But Satan made him forget to mention Joseph to his master, so he remained in prison for several years. So this is different than what we see in the Torah portion right here. It says, وَقَالَ الَّذِي ظَنَّ أَنَّهُ نَاجٍ مَنْحُمَا مَنْحُمَا أَذْكُرْنِي إِبَادَ رب ربك فأنساه شيطان ذكر ربه ف- فلبث في في السجن ب- آه، ببضع سنين. So bid'a sinin. So this is interesting. So Shaitan is involved in this, or Satan. That's not in the original text. He just forgets. So we can see there's certain kind of elements here. Then it says, and one day the king said, I dreamt of 7 fat cows eaten up by 7 skinny ones, and 7 green ears of grain, and 7 others dry. O chiefs, tell me the meaning of my dream, if you can interpret dreams. They replied, these are confused visions, and we do not know the interpretation of such dreams. Finally, the surviving ex-prisoner remembered Joseph after a long time and said, I will tell you its interpretation, so send me forth to Joseph. He said, Joseph, O man of truth, interpret up for us the dream of 7 fat cows eaten by 7 skinny ones, and 7 green ears of grain, and 7 others dry, so that I may return to the people and let them know. Joseph replied, you will plant grain for 7 consecutive years, leaving in the ear whatever you will harvest, except for the little you will eat. Then after that will come 7 years of great hardship, which will consume whatever you have saved, except the little you will store for seed. Then after that will come a year in which people will receive abundant rain, and they will press oil and wine. The king then said, bring him to me. When the messenger came to Joseph, said, go back to your master, and ask him about the case of the woman who cut their hands. Surely my lord has full knowledge of their cunning. We'll go to 55. The king asked the woman, what did you get when you tried to seduce Joseph? They replied, Allah forbid. We know nothing indecent about him. Then the chief minister's wife admitted, now the truth has come to light. It was I who tried to seduce him, and he is surely truthful. From this, Joseph should know that I did not speak dishonestly about him in his absence, for Allah certainly does not guide the scheming of the dishonest. And I do not seek to free myself from blame, for indeed the soul is ever inclined to evil, except those shown mercy by my Lord. Surely my Lord is all forgiving, most merciful. The king said, bring him to me. I will employ him exclusively to my service. And when Joseph spoke to him, the king said, today you are highly esteemed and fully trusted by us. Joseph proposed, put me in charge of the storehouses of the land, for I am truly reliable and adept. So that is what we have right now. We're going to come back later. I'm going to do some work. But I think we're halfway done. Yeah, I think it's easier for me not to read the Arabic. I can, but I think it's going to take us longer to do it. We want to do something fun after this. So, cool. And at some point I'll read Hebrew for something too. I'll read like my Parsha from Deuteronomy. Okay, or Devarim. All right, y'all. Gonna see you in the next one.